Saturday with Tim Kavanagh. Tonight, Bryan. With musical guest, Chuch. And now from Alumni Auditorium, here's Tim.
Nice audience. Wow. Holy camole. Man, oh man, my goodness, what a wonderful studio audience. Good job, everybody. How's everyone feeling tonight? Obviously very well. Hey, did you hear about all this news that's going on overseas? Japanese researchers recently grew teeth from cells and transplanted them into lab mice. Yes, they did. But people in Barrie, Vermont are complaining now that the mice now have more teeth than they do. Yeah, speaking of researchers, they are now saying that a certain type of chocolate may boost brain function as well. And by their calculations, Rosie O'Donnell is now the smartest person in the world. In Long Island, the mummified remains of an elderly man were found in his home sitting in front of the TV. Officials say the man died over a year ago and the TV was still on. Oh, yes. Showing no limits to how low they'll stoop, NBC has asked if he can still be counted in the Nielsen ratings. Yeah. Hey, also in New York, a man was arrested for recently impersonating a police officer. He even went so far as to set up a fake police station. The FBI took the man in and said that they knew he wasn't a real cop because he had never shot an unarmed black man. And the National Federation for the Blind has warned that hybrid cars are too quiet for blind pedestrians, and automakers are resisting demands to make the cars any noisier. In response, though, President Bush stepped in and has suggested an alternative solution. On the front bumper of each hybrid, "Watch out" will be written in Braille. All right, folks, brace yourselves. We do have a terrific show for you tonight. We have UVM Professor Bryan will be with us. Plus, we have the musical guest, the band Chuch will be with us. Yeah, whoa. Some Chuch fans out there. All right, you know what? But it's time to go ahead and give away a prize. And you know what I'm going to do? This is such a wonderful studio audience. Let's hear some noise. If you make a lot of noise, I'm going to come and find you right now. All right, then. I'm coming up here. And it's you. And it's you. Stand right up.
I don't want to go down there.
You don't want to what?
Nothing.
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
And your name is?
Ellen.
I don't mean to touch your breast. I just wanted to shake your hand. Still a kid's show.
Mortified me.
You're Ellen?
Yeah, so you're going to edit this out, I hope.
Why's that?
Because you're embarrassing me.
Do you want to let go of my hand?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Ellen, where are you from?
Williston.
From Williston.
Yes.
Thanks is this your first time with us?
It is.
It is, great. Ellen, I've got a very simple thing for you to do. We're not going to do the word of the week. You know what we're going to do? We had a great show last week.
Okay.
It was a very magical show.
Okay.
And if you can tell me the name of the guest from last week's show, I'm going to let the prize wheel spin for you. Very magical show.
I can't. I think it wasn't Jay Craven. That was the week before.
No, just last week.
I don't know.
Just last week.
I can't remember.
You can't remember? No. Not at all?
No, I fell asleep.
Very magical show.
I fell asleep.
Oh, really?
Because there was no Lois, the hot dog lady wasn't on.
Oh,
and
she wasn't
I
on?
just went right to sleep.
Oh, Christopher McBride. Go ahead.
It wasn't like Christopher McBride, though, was
It was Christopher McBride. Oh, my goodness.
It came to me from my dreams.
It came to you in your dreams,
Yes,
absolutely.
yeah.
You know what? It was Christopher McBride. He was our
Very
guest
good.
last week. Jay
Great.
Craven was on a few weeks before that.
And his wife before that.
Absolutely. Boy, you have been watching this show.
I love the show.
Oh, well, thank you. Let's just stay and talk with you the whole time then. I just love her.
Bring back Lois. Bring back Lois.
Bring back Lois, she says. All right, let's go ahead and spin that wheel. The lovely Miss Jen, here we go. All right. Here goes. I think so. Let's find out what that wheel is going to land on. It's going all the way around, and it has landed on the University Mall. Look at that.
Congratulations.
Look at the
sir.
lovely Miss Jen has just brought in a $50 gift certificate to the University Mall, Vermont's largest enclosed shopping center. Plus, look at this. You have your own jar of Jed's Maple Mud. It's made right here in the Northeast Kingdom. Ellen, thank you very much. You're a wonderful guest. Keep that laugh
Very
going.
good.
I love it. And we'll be right back with more Late Night Saturday right after this. All right, thank you very much. Welcome back to Late Night Saturday. Hey, we want you to come here to taping of Late Night Saturday, and to do that, we want you to stop by the customer service desk at South Burlington's University Mall. Ellen just won a gift certificate just a little while ago. You can pick up your free tickets at the mall, or you can also log on to our website for tickets, and that is latenightsaturday.com. And if you think you have a lot of spirit out there, we're still looking for a few more groups to get us through the rest of the season. Do you folks have spirit out there? Nice. Very nice. Well, if your group or organization has a lot of spirit, then we want you to come to a taping of Late Night Saturday, and we will highlight you on the show. All right. You know what? I've got a wonderful, it's time for one of our segments called Picture of the Week, and I have a very special picture that was sent in by a lovely lady by the name of Bridget Kerr. Bridget Kerr, whose father is here in the studio audience tonight. John is here, and he has a group of people from Vergennes, from the Goodrich plant in Vergennes, so thank you for bringing them in, John. And look at this lovely picture that Miss Bridget Kerr sent in. Isn't that nice? Absolutely, absolutely. You know, this is kind of a strange news that just came across our desk a little while ago. A dairy farm in Middlebury, Vermont, run by relatives of Governor Jim Douglas, has been found to employ undocumented Mexican workers. Have you folks heard about this? Yes, yes. You know, and it just seems so strange. It's a small state, and the governor's pretty easy to get in touch with. So I thought maybe what I would do is give the governor a call. Let's see if we can do this now. I love that song.
You've reached the office of Governor Jim Douglas. For English, press 1. Para español, marque 2. Bienvenido a la Embajada de México de las Montañas Verdes, con el objetivo de mejorar las condiciones de vida de los
I
inmigrantes
thought I
mexicanos
pressed 1.
en Estados Unidos. No, you press number 2.
Is this a machine or is this a person?
Sí.
Then I'd like to speak to the governor, please.
Hey, do you want to talk to this guy, man? He's on the phone.
Yeah, I don't know. He's on the phone for you, some dude. The Governor Jim Douglas is here right now, so please leave your message after the beep and beep.
I have no idea what's going on. We'll get to the bottom of this, and when we come back, Professor Frank Bryan with more Late Night Saturday right after this. Thank you very much. Welcome back to the show. What a great audience we have out there. Hey, tonight's guest is a popular public speaker on the topics of America, Vermont, and rural politics. He is the author of several books on state and local politics. Please welcome Professor Frank Bryan.
People.
I know. What a nice audience, huh?
You know, I'm never going to get out of this chair. This thing can drop right out of sight.
Oh,
here.
Jamie will help you with that. That's what stage managers are all about.
So when I get ready to go, you help me out.
Yeah, he'll help you out.
Now, where did you find these people? My God.
The crew or the studio
The
audience?
studio audience.
Did you know that we have a?
Am I supposed to look at you or them?
Well, look right at me, Frank.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, right here.
I'd rather look at them. What's this?
Nice. All right. So let's talk politics.
Why do you want to bore these good people?
Well, I don't know. This is true, but there seems to be a lot of hot topics and a lot of hot buttons out there right now.
Name one.
Name one. Let's talk about all the candidates that are throwing their names into the ring.
You're talking about the presidency.
Presidents, because I think that this 2008 presidential election is going to be something. I know that you specialize more in Vermont, but we always have you on Channel 3, and you're talking about politics and overall.
I know everything you need to know about national politics, and the thing that really interests me now is how deadly boring it is, and how I can't stand the idea that we're already talking about the 2008 presidential election.
Yes.
No, in all seriousness, I mean, it's just one continual election, and it's boring, and pretty soon we're going to turn on the tube, and instead of seeing great jazz ensemble like that, all we're going to see is just ads. I mean, those ads were so bad, you couldn't watch TV anymore last fall. Remember that? And you turn it on, there they are.
Absolutely. Frank, I hate to remind you what I do for a full-time job during the day at Channel 3, but I sell ads on TV. So let's just keep that rolling along, please.
Hey, I'll tell you, I don't mind ads for peanut butter or cars, but politicians' ads, they're just so...
They are.
Aren't they? But it makes you guys a lot of dough. I mean, did they raise your salary this year?
Oh, I'm making millions.
Marcellus has got a new car, doesn't he?
Oh, he bought 4 more houses.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
No, I wonder if the audience knows that Marcellus Parsons from New Hampshire, or lives in New Hampshire. Did you know that?
Did you folks know that? Yeah, he's a Granite State man.
Granite State man.
Yeah.
Live free or die.
Well, his father's farm was down there,
right,
in New Hampshire, right. And he goes down there quite often, actually. But resides up here in Burlington and Shelburne, actually. Yep. But let's not talk about. We had Marcellus on already.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, we did.
Just trying to change the subject. But go ahead, politics.
Well, let's change the subject.
Okay.
You want to change? Let's talk about some of your books, because some of your books are really interesting, especially some of the comedy books that you have. And I know that you kind of you take this twist sometimes in your books where it's Flatlander versus native Vermonter. Is that true?
I wonder how many natives. I'm trying to judge them. I usually can tell native Vermonters. Born here or just?
Okay, by applause. Native Vermonters, by applause. And I'm one too.
Are you?
I am.
And you were born where?
I was born in Windsor, the birthplace of Vermont.
My brother was born in Windsor.
Really?
I should say I write a lot about Vermont. I publish a lot about Vermont. 7 or 8 books now. The most famous one, I guess, is Real Vermonters Don't Milk Goats. But I always make this admission before I give a talk or anything, is that I indeed was not born in Vermont.
Oh.
Boo. Come on. But I was conceived here. And I was brought to term here, and according to Roe versus Wade, I quickened here. I went to Newberry High School over in Orange County, graduated in the top 10 of my class. There are only 7 kids in the class. And I'm the only full professor with a tenured full professor, a chair of political science at UVM, who was denied. I'm the only professor at UVM that was denied admission when he applied as a freshman.
Really?
So I applied to UVM and they turned me down, and now I'm working there and I love to rub their nose in it. I said, do you know your colleague's a Chuch? I milk cows, I say yup and nope and geez and crow, and now I'm working with you and it drives them nuts. Let's see if the audience knows what the Vermont state bird is. The geez and crow. Now there's a Vermonter, the geez and crow. How about the Vermont state song? Well, it's These Green Mountains. We changed it. It used to be Hail Vermont. But the Real Vermonters song would be Dead Skunk in the Middle of the Road. It's an old Cajun song that came out in the 70s. And the flower? The satellite dish.
Kind of like that the state bird down in Florida, which is the building crane, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So down in, you're at the university. How many years have you been there?
Been there since 76. Yep.
76. That's a long time.
Yeah. Why'd you have to ask me that?
No, wow, I don't know. You're still a young guy.
Bull. Matt, isn't it a great small state, though? Listening to that great quartet you had here, talking to, I guess, the fellow that played the bass, find out he's from Newport, asked him his last name. He says it's Matthews. And I said, I used to work in Newport, and I actually worked in Orleans High School. And he said, I have a nephew that went there, Matthews. I remembered his nephew teaching him in 1964, and now I meet his uncle out here. That's what's beautiful about Vermont, isn't it? It's a small state.
You're absolutely right. And I knew Gary Matthews because his father was my band teacher.
No kidding.
Because I grew up in Newport. Born in Windsor, moved to Newport.
You know Don Vieberst up in Derby Line?
Don Vieberst.
Fighter, veterinarian?
No, I don't.
Great fighter.
Really? Well, you know what? We're going to take a break. Professor Frank Bryan, it is a pleasure to have you with us. Thank you very much. Let's give it up for Professor Frank Bryan. We'll be right back with more Late Night Saturday right after this.
Well, I can take off.
Mamma Mia's Pizzeria. We're more than just pizza, offering a full menu of traditional Italian cuisine. Gateway Plaza, South Burlington.
Thank you very much. Welcome back to the show, folks. Hey, we want to remind you to be sure to tune into the big station, 98.9 WOKO, for details about tonight's show and upcoming shows. Yes. All right, taking the late night stage. Originally hailing from a small town in Pennsylvania, each member of tonight's musical group went in their own separate direction, only recently to reunite here in Vermont. Since then, they've been touring nationally the past 2 years. Please take a listen to Chuch.
This car to the left, this car to the right. Just trying to get ahead without getting in a fight. I'm feeling sick and real pissed off. Speeding down the side street just to get cut off. My foot's against the pedal, and I ain't shy. I'm falling down the highway. You get out of my way, I'd pass you and you'd say that man's got a road rage. Haven't seen the sun since I don't know when. Don't piss me off, I mean it, friend. You got a nice car, but I don't care. My window's taped shut and I'm losing air. Air might be sweet and still, but I can't even tell. Grass might be soft and sweet, but all I see is a dirty wet street. My foot's against the pedal, and I ain't shy. I'm falling down the highway. You get out of my way, I'd pass you and you'd say that man's got road rage. You get out of my way, I'll pass you and you say that man's got road rage. I feel sick and real pissed off. Speeding down the side street just to get cut off. Haven't seen the sun since I don't know when. Don't piss me off 'cause I mean it, friend.
right, thank you very much. Welcome back to Late Night Saturday. That was a great sound. Matt, that was awesome.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let's talk about the band, and let's meet the band.
Sure. All right. Right here in the center on the bass guitar right there is Noah.
Give it up for Noah, everybody.
Give it up for Noah. On the guitar over there, stage right, that's Chitwood. Give it up for Chitwood. We got
Chitwood, not to be confused with, well, never mind.
We got the man on the drums back there is Justin.
Justin, nice. And Justin was ripping it up during the break. You folks at home didn't get to see it, but which is why you need to come to a taping of Late Night Saturday. But he was ripping up with a harmonica, and you guys were really, really pounding something out. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Let's talk about, you guys have a new album that's coming out.
We do.
Tell us about the release.
The release will be April 27th. We're going to be at Higher Ground. We've been holed up in a studio for the past, I don't know, month and a half, 2 months, getting this record together. And it's our second release, so we're real pumped about that. And we're just going to blow it up April 27th. And what can I say? We're psyched about it.
And people can come to Higher Ground to see this release party, right?
Yeah, we're going to have tickets for sale all out and around the town. I'm sure you're going to see some stuff the next few weeks that's going to be directing you to a ticket stand.
And let's talk about your website real quick.
Sure. It's chuchtheband.com. It is spelled like church without the R. And you'll find a link there to our MySpace.
Chuchtheband.com. They're going to play us out. I'd like to thank our guest tonight, Professor Frank Bryan. We also had musical guest Chuch, who's going to play us out. Join us next week when our guest will be Peter Post and the Justin Levinson Band. Remember to continue supporting local artists like the folks that you saw here tonight. We'll see you next time on Late Night Saturday.